As you have seen, land and water paintings can be quite beautiful. They look complex, they're very long lasting, but they're very simple. And today we're going to try and show you how to put together one of these for yourself. So what do you need for a land and water Penjing? Well, the first thing you need is a tray. And these trays come in a zillion sizes. They're getting harder to get, but if you get out there on the internet, you can still find them. I will recommend some various places at the end of this that you can try to search them out at. I know of a couple of suppliers that I use, but they have gotten expensive. Once you get your tray, though, you're golden. By the way, there is a substitute. You can go out and just get a piece of marble or a piece of rock and do somewhat the similar that we're going to do with this today. Then you need rocks. The kind of rocks that we're going to use today are from China. No problem using native rocks. You find some cool rocks that you like to use. I just happen to have a nice source of these in California, an importer who brings in huge rocks for gardens, and their packing material is this little bitty stuff. So I buy little bitty stuff from her. And you can find cool ones. The Suiseki people would say, look how cool this one is, because it's got a string of marble through it, looking like a waterfall going through it. So it'd be a good one to use upright. But what makes a good rock? Density. They have to be hard and dense, so they'll take winters. They also look better if they're rough as can be. You've got to have character to it. If you try to do a rock that is rounded and smooth like our pebble stream rocks, it never works. It never works at all. And you want a lot of them. When you're going to set up a display, especially for a large thing like this, you need a huge amount to work from. These dense rocks, of course, have the heaviness that goes with it. This little one I've got here is about 2 pounds. Pretty good size. So the other thing you want to think about is, am I going to be able to move my tray afterwards? Because you have to lift it, supporting it 1/3 of the way in on both sides before you lift it so you won't crack the valuable tray. Not a good idea. The other thing you want to consider is placement of rocks, etc., which we will get into. What else you're going to need? Well, you're going to need some way to hold your rocks down. And the thing that I like to use is ugly cement. Ugly cement is a hydraulic cement. That means it works when it's activated with water. The warmer the water, the faster it works. So if you use really hot water, it sets in seconds. So be careful. Lukewarm water gives you more time. Cold water gives you still more time, but it takes too long to set up. So definitely working with warm water. A bunch of plastic cups. And since we like to do a party, we've got our red Solo cups. And you want to do your mixing in a plastic cup, hot water, the mix, and then have disposable spoons, because you will go through the spoons as you go along. The last thing that you will need for just putting this, the thing together will be drywall tape. And we're going to use drywall tape to fasten our wires down for our trees later. And then, of course, a bunch of trees. And those you're going to want to design. Now, there's 2 ways of looking at trees. You can design a set of trees and say, I'm going to put them in this beautiful landscape and make the landscape fit the trees. Or you can make a beautiful landscape and then design the trees to fit in it. I'm going to do the latter one. Because I'm still not sure how this is going to look, and if it's going to look more heavy and masculine or it's going to look lighter and airier, because I'm just going to play with the rocks until they look good for me. Then I'll decide what materials I'm going to put in it. I have done it both ways. I have started with well-designed trees and worked on the landscape to fit them, and I find it much harder. So we'll do this.